Okay, so hello, welcome back everyone. Today I have this in front of me. So this is the Fuji X-E1 and I don't like unboxing, so that's what you get. What I got in the box was this thing with the charger and I'm not sure what else. I think that's all, and the paperwork, nothing else. So this has these specs, if you actually want to see specs, which are not very important to me. I actually want something that performs well, feels good in the hand, and and can actually work properly when I want to use it. So this is the Fuji X-E1. Now this is an APS-C camera that was supposed to be like a rival to the X-E7, I'd say. But the thing is that I have never bought an X-E7 by myself. I've only got the 5, 5N, 5T, 5R, the 6, and that's the Nexus I have. So I don't have the 3 series and the 7 series. So I can't really compare this thing to the X-E7 that it's supposed to be better the kids, but I'm just gonna go compare this thing to something like an X6, I think. Because that's what I have bought in the past. Let me turn the lights on so you can actually see better. And not like under shadow. So this comes with this battery, which is the Fuji, let's see, what kind of battery is this? This is the Fuji, what's this, NPW126. As you can see, this is like smaller than Sony's batteries. So, but this thing says 1200 milliamp. And let me go bring you a Sony battery. Let me go show you some. And so this is a Sony battery. I'm a Sony shooter, so I have like tons of these NP50, I think. Let's see, NPFW50 batteries. These things are only rated to like, let's see, 1080 milliamps. So this thing actually has more milliamps. Yeah, it's way bigger than Sony's. But it's a bit lighter, I'd say. Actually, it's a bit heavier, a little bit heavier, but not like way heavier. Okay, so now let's put these things away. Push this focus back down. There you go. Now this, you might think that this thing actually has weather sealing of the way this thing looks with like this black thingy around here. But it's actually not black. It's more like a shadow. So when you open this, you find there's like no weather sealing. And all the black stuff is from here, which is like the battery dull color. This thing goes in like this. Then you have the SD card slot, which is a bit lower than the battery. I super do not like this because it's actually pretty hard to like get an SD card, especially if you have long nails like me. I use these nails because I often like take things apart, obviously, like on my channel. And to cut them would be like saying that I can't really pry anything off unless I use one of these. And these things cost like a ton. These things, they're cheap, but they're gonna wear out. And once you wear them out, you're gonna buy another one. So keep on, if you keep on buying these things, you're gonna lose a lot of money. So I use nails, they're like free. The thing is that it's like so hard. It's just supposed to eject, but it's so hard to push them and just eject them. You gotta like take the battery out, and then you can eject the SD card, just like this. Now for this purpose, I'm gonna use this random SD card, which is a U1 card that I got with my Lumix GM1 last time. I've sold that thing since, but that's a card I forgot to give the buyer, so that's okay. Then let's push this thing back in. The pins are on the, where the heck are the pins? The pins are somewhere in the back, so I think I'm gonna put it in this way. Okay, yeah, it worked. The battery door latch actually pretty nice. See? And let's see, mine is obviously being used by a person quite heavily, I'd say. You can see the rubber's like sort of gone, and the bottom has like a ton of scratches. For some reason, these two do not have the same color. And there's actually one small hole in here, which is pretty odd. Let's drop a screwdriver in there, see? I'm not sure what that hole is for. If you do know what that thing is for, tell me what that thing is. Now, I bought this thing prior to buying this body. Bought this Fuji 50 to 230mm lens. This thing's a nice lens that focuses not very fast, but fast enough. Way faster than all my manual focus lenses. And with this, when I first bought it, I was like, how the heck do you focus? Like, you can only focus by wire, and I couldn't get this thing to autofocus. So because I'm from Sony, I'm coming from Sony, I shall apologize for the fact that I did not understand this first. But so this actually has to like click first, click like one stop in before you actually have the autofocus kick in. Then the second stop, like, it has two stops, so it's like pop and pop, it shoots. Now because I'm used to the A7 line, the A7 line has like one squishy button which, like, if you press a little bit, just only touch it by a bit, it's gonna focus. Then if you press it fully down, like bam, it's gonna shoot. Other cameras have like a half press. Let me go show you my Sony X-E1. So this thing has like a camera shutter thing. This thing, if you press normally, will focus. Then you press harder, it'll just shoot. Now just open the camera up. So this is pretty odd in by this thing has to like, you have to like press this thing a bit down until it hits the first stop. Then focus, then you gotta shoot with the second stop. I'm sorry if you didn't understand me, but that's how I perceive it. Then this thing has a viewfinder which is okay enough, I'd say. Mine has a dead pixel in the sensor, if you can actually see in the video. It's only gone, but oh yeah, it's right there. It's like blue and it's like 1 pixel, but that's not really gonna bother you because it's pretty old. I'm gonna find a way to like calibrate it anyway. Then thing with this thing is it's not aged well. This thing has aged pretty badly, I'd say, because look at this, like, look at this. This is like so shiny and this is like so dull for some reason, and that's the same story as this. So this is like yellowish and this is like greyish. Paint loss and pressing, it has a ton, obviously, of it on here. Then what I like about the Fuji is, for some reason, I actually like the manual shutter dial, like on my film cameras. But the thing with this dial is pretty stiff. Not like on the A7. Let me go test on the A7. Yeah, okay, so this thing, wait, let me go put it back. This thing is like, I'd say indecisive for some reason, yeah. So it's like dampened for some reason. It might be my copy because it's used, obviously. Might be just Fuji. So this wheel also feels pretty dampened, but this thing feels nice. This thing feels, let me go. Okay, so this thing feels way more smooth than the Sony one. It doesn't like clack around, but this is way more easy to hit, I think, when you're like shooting and you wanna like hold this thing. So that's bad. Now for the buttons, you can actually see a ton of buttons, which I'm super not used to because I'm coming from a background where I use like Sony, Lumix and Olympus cameras. Now, so let me go explain to you all these buttons and functions. First, this thing, which I've got on my Pentax Q last time, is for the focus modes. So when you push this thing to manual focus, this thing will, this thing will manual focus. Then when you push this thing to C, this thing will focus continuously, like a video. Then in S, this thing will single focus. So it's like pip, and that's done. Then for the sensor, it's an X-Trans APS-C. Pretty nice sensor, I'd say. From the pics I've seen online, I've just got this thing out of the mail. Then let's see. The shutter speed dial. The on-off buttons really light. Unlike the Sony buttons, which are like really heavy. It's like dang. Then you got this FN button, which I'm not very sure what this thing is. Oh yeah, ISO. Okay. I just found that out. Then for the playback button, if you actually have the lens on and you go into playback mode, this thing actually has like this shake in the body. Like, let me see if you can actually hear this. So let me go turn this thing off. In playback mode, this thing will like shake for some reason. Let me go show you this. Let me go turn this thing on. Listen to this. I'm gonna click into playback mode. See? For some reason it actually has like this crunching noise, which is not natural, I'd say. So let me go take this lens off again and continue with the body overview. So now this on the side has a has a data slot thingy, data plug, which is like this ancient plug which I never see anymore. Then this is the HDMI, the mini HDMI. Then this is like the audio jack. So this thing actually has audio jack, but the thing is that this thing is a 2.5mm audio jack, so not a full size 3.5 like my A7S has. Then battery, so I've covered that. Then let me go show you the functions. So the thing is, I'm a Sony user, and being a Sony user, this thing actually has pretty odd menus. So this thing has an EVF which can detect your inputs, obviously, your face, obviously, and has 3 modes, which is like not commonly found, I'd say. Actually, it is. Yeah, it is. So most cameras do have 3 modes, I'd say. If I'm not mistaken, they do. Now, so this thing has a view mode, which now this thing detects your finger, see? Detects your face automatically. Then it has one mode which like constantly uses the viewfinder, and one more mode which only uses the screen. So I usually use this eye sensor mode, which detects your hand, your face. Then the previous owner obviously did a rubbish job at putting the screen protector on. As you can see, it's like wonky, and this is obviously not my fault, because I put screen protectors on like never, so you can't blame me. Then it's got this macro mode thingy, which is not very useful, I'd say. Then flash. The flash goes up pretty fast, like, oh shit, I just smacked my flash on the table. Okay, so this thing is like the A6000, I'd say, with the Nex 6 and stuff like that. You can actually tilt the flash up or tilt it down and stuff like that, which can sometimes be useful, but I never use flashes. So then let's go on to the scroll wheel. Now this thing actually clicks, so let me go show you. Wait, let's go to the menu. Let's see, ISO. Let's see if I can scroll. I can't really scroll. Okay, so let me go just tell you about this. The scroll wheel actually, sometimes if you turn it fast left, it doesn't like scroll for some reason, so that's pretty odd. Then let's see, this thing is controlled by, oh yeah, okay, so this makes it go smaller. This for the AF mode, so this makes it go smaller and this makes it go bigger. Then you actually click this thing in the middle to like reset everything, which is pretty cool, I'd say. Then what else? You can use the playback mode to like see what pictures you've taken. I'm just taking this thing off for a little while outside. Drive mode, this thing goes up to 6 FPS. Continuous burst. Thing is that when I try to burst this thing without a lens on, the shutter breeds like spewed out a ton of dust for some reason, which is pretty odd. Then you got this bracketing stuff, film simulation, stuff like that. Panorama, then you have this video mode. So if you want to go into video mode, there's no such thing as a dial on the top like on my A7S or in other cameras. You can just go to movie mode. This thing has like a whole menu to go to movie mode for some reason. Yeah. Then let's go back to photo mode. Then you got this AE, which is selecting the auto exposure location. Then you got this AF, which I just showed you, like move this thing around, make the AF point larger or smaller, and you can reset. Then this display back is just for your information in the back. It's like the DISP but non-Sony, but just a little bit more complex. But I look at this, like, why the heck would you want this? Then let's go display back, go back to my favorite standard bit. Actually, I think I like the C most. Okay, so then let's go to the menu. This is like the most complex bit of this camera. If you've never held this, what you call this thing? A Fuji camera. Wait, let me go show you this. So this AL button is like, I don't know what the heck this thing does at all. And this Q button is like the quick menu, like on all other cameras with Q. So with this you can select like the settings and stuff like that, like the flash. then the LCD brightness and stuff like that, and film simulations and stuff. So then, show you the menu. So this is the menu. Got like all these menus and stuff that you can play with. Then got like these tones and stuff like that, which I do not understand at all. He got like all these custom menus and stuff. You can actually have like a ton of custom menus with this thing. Let me go show you. So you can actually have like, let me go show you. See, you can have like 7 custom menus for some reason in the camera, which I'm not sure why, and I'm obviously not gonna use. Then you have like these multiple exposures. You have mode. I do not know what this auto rotate PP is. I'm not sure what the heck that thing is. Then AF illuminator. This thing actually has a bright white AF light, not a red one, which is pretty odd. And I'm gonna show you this flash setup. Not sure what the heck this thing is. I remove it and stuff like that. Then this thing does have peaking, but it's only white, so you can like change it to red. My favorite peaking color is red, because obviously you can see red way better than white, or like yellow or green and stuff like that. Then you have these, which are like the time settings. This thing has a still very strong CMOS battery, so mine actually came like perfectly fine with it. Not like some cameras like my RX100, that thing actually had like a bad CMOS battery. Then you can see these like brightness settings. Also, to set the EVF brightness, you can like click, look at this, it's like EVF or LCD brightness. You can just like click right and set the EVF brightness. All you can do is to use LCD brightness unless you go back out. Then you go into EVF, then you select that mode, then you can set the brightness, then you go back, and you're back into this mode. See? So then the sensor cleaning actually does a lot, which is awesome. Like, you can actually clean the sensor. After I said that I pressed this thing for like a few seconds, yes, then the dust just all fell on my sensor for some reason. I clicked this thing. I used the sensor cleaning thing after I powered this thing off, and that thing just went back to new. That's pretty cool. Then I'm not sure what the heck this background color. What the heck? What is this? Okay, it's pretty cool, but not cool enough that I actually like it. So that's it for the X-E1, I'd say. Nothing too remarkable, but I'm gonna see how I like it. I'm probably gonna buy some other Fujifilm lenses, like primes. I got this thing for like super cheap, and that's why I'm not gonna. That's why I actually bought a zoom lens. Like, why the heck would you buy a zoom lens unless you get it for free or something like that? So, what the hell? Chance. Thank you for watching, everyone. Hopefully you liked it, and see you next time. Goodbye.